Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about bow making. Now this isn't going to be the proper professional make a bow that's capable of using for proper archery. This is just a fun little activity you can do with kids. So we're just going to use a basic small piece of hazel and we're going to see if we can turn it into a bow that will shoot low powered projectiles, not very fast. This is a great little project, as I said, for working with children. This really enthuses them. You can teach a lot of different skills, tool skills. You can create really nice arrows for them. You can teach the basics of natural cordage through making the bowstring. And of course, once you've made the bow, you can then lead into a discussion about risk management, safety, backstops, and managing the space and using something like a bow safely. So all in all, it's a really good project to do, particularly over a series of sessions, and works extremely well with the older kids. So if that's something you're interested in, then keep watching. I'll see you in a mo. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find your bow wood. So I like to use a bit of hazel, but you could probably find some decently strong bit of willow. Anything that's quite relatively fast growing, but also has a good amount of flexibility. So as I said, I found a bit of hazel. You're looking for something around, I'd say, thumb thickness maximum. We're not going to be carving this down, so it needs to have some bend and flex in it already. We don't want to make something too powerful. Now, the usual guideline for bows of many different sorts, including for bow drill, is that you want about as long as the tip of your arm down to your sternum, or a little bit past. So that's usually a good guideline. You can make them a little bit longer for children, but I'm just going to saw it off right there. Good. Safe way to do it with a stump on here, if I didn't want to have my hand next to the saw, just to be stand up, pop my foot on the end there. You want to leave a little bit longer than you actually need. So I'm going to go over centimeters further. So we're going to make our notch first, and then we're going to come back and take it a bit smaller. So okay, we've got to cut to length. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to make a notch on the end. So if your stick already has a nice fork on one end, which is always a bonus, so aim for one with a fork on one end, then you're going to put the notch on the other end. If you have no fork, then you're going to need notches on both ends. First thing to do is to identify which direction it's curving in already. If there's already a curve to it, already a bow to the wood, you may as well go with that. And what we're looking to do is we're looking to put the notch on the outside. So over here, I'm going to want the notch right on top of there. So we're going to be making a beak or X-shaped notch on here. So there's two different ways you can do this. You can either take your knife, pop it on there. So you're just going to hammer in an X, and you're just severing the fibers to the depth of the notch. So you can do it that way. So we're going to make an X shape there. You can also use a saw with really fine teeth like this silky and cut it that way, but not with a knife. It's usually good enough. So here we have a little X stop cut into the wood, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be carving off all of the top quadrants here, and we're going to leave our beak or isolated quarter facing up towards the end. So this is why we wanted a little bit of a longer piece here, so you actually have something to hold on to. Then with a thumb cut, so remember, thumb cut, we point where we want to cut, lift up a thumb, put the knife underneath, make sure the blade's pointing into the wood, and the thumb goes on the back of the knife, and just go carve towards. Nice stop cuts there. Then we're going to keep it at an angle. If the chips don't come out, I might need to rock the knife backwards and forwards, point and clear it. There you go, come down the other angle towards my stop cut, keep it parallel. See, we're leaving this little beak here pointing up towards the end of the bow. So we just want it deep enough for the string to sit in comfortably. You can also undercut the point slightly, just as I say, give the string somewhere to sit. But try not to go too deep through the wood. You don't want it too deep a notch because you'll create a weak point there. So then in the end you should be left with a little notch like that. You can see that's the quadrant that's been left, and I've taken out the other three on this side, and we have a profile slightly undercut over there. Now for making the bowstring, we're going to want some lengths of twine. So I like, as I said in previous videos, I like this jute twine, coloured jute twine. Having two different colours really does help for this. So you want 4 lengths that are half again as long as our bow. So it should run from the top to the bottom and then half again. And then we're just going to cut that. So you should have 2 strands of each colour. Now we're ready to start making the bowstring. So this is where a knowledge of making natural cordage comes in. So I have a video on that. I'll leave a link up above and in the description. And essentially what we're looking to do is we're looking to separate the 2 fibres, 2 colours and the fibres. So we're going to have yellow and green here. Then we're going to leave a little bit on the end because that'll join in. And we're going to start about 2-3 inches down. So the green string is going to be one side, one strand, and the yellow string is going to be the other. And what you do is you're going to twist away from you, and then right goes over the top of left. The one that's now in your right hand, twist together, right over left. Twist away, for left. I just keep working our way down. If it's helpful, I can show you from front. So right hand is going to twist away until the fibres twist together. Then it's going to go left over right. You're swapping hands, whatever is in your right hand. You're gradually building a rope, so you'll have your loose ends at the top here, and you're going to carry on going down until you have created enough to make a loop for your knock. So once you have a couple of inches, enough that we can bend it over, and we have a loop there, so it should need very much, just 1 or 2 inches. So you're going to fold the top end over. Now this is where having those colours, those 2 separate colours, helps, because then yellow goes to yellow, green goes to green. And when we start again, right here, we'll go twist together the green, nice and tight. Let's go, green goes over the top of yellow, right goes over the top of left, then we twist our yellow, goes over the top. If you can get the children clipped into a carabiner, or they can put it over a post or something, or have someone else hold it, it is helpful. And we're just going to keep going. So the cord will be slightly thicker for a little while there as we work our way down. You can see we've got a really strong loop there now. So we're going to keep going until we reach the end of these shorter strands. Once the strands start running out, then you can just leave them hanging out, and we can trim those edges off, and you've still got those 4 main strands left to continue going down. And now you have a choice. So you can either carry on with your twist all the way down, or you can simply just twist the bowstring together. So we just roll it like this. So if it helps, we can get our bow, pop our loop on the end there. We can just twist. As I said, you can actually make the string. I'm just doing this quite rapidly here, just to show you what's possible. I might have been turning it the wrong way there. So once we've got it all nicely twisted, we're just going to take the bowstring up into that notch there, and we're just going to apply a bit of pressure to the top and just bend the bow outwards so we can get enough tension. And then we're going to come underneath, so through that area between the bow and the bowstring, come underneath, and then we're just going to come back on ourselves. Try and keep it nice and tight, and then we just go wrap around top, and then we'll just go pop the line underneath that last loop that we made. Put it tight. Then friction will keep it all in place. Got it tied at that end. And that is pretty much it. So that's the bow finished like that. See, you can just get a bit of straight hazel, pop it on. Might need to hold it sideways. And it works. It will launch something. Stick a decent distance, and it will make you feel like Robin Hood. So, really fun little project to play around with. Making something that actually fires a projectile is a whole lot of fun, and they're really simple to make, and they can prompt discussions about all sorts of safety and risk management, everything else. Great opportunity to really engage the older kids. So if you would like more activity ideas, I have a full downloadable PDF on my website of my top 20 favorite forest school activities, I'll leave a link to that down in the description. And the other thing I want to say is a big thank you to Wellness Woodlands, once again lending me their space here. It is beautiful out here, the sun's shining, the birds are singing, and it's just so peaceful once the steam trains have passed by. So do check them out if you're looking for a camping experience over in the Highly Wire Forest area. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to make the most of every day, and I'll see you all next time.